Meditation is resonant. The practices cause sympathetic change within our bodies, within our mind. The practices are like striking a chord on a string in a musical instrument, and then the entire soundboard of that instrument picks up the harmonics, the overtone, the fundamental, and starts to vibrate in accordance. So why do I think this is useful or important? Well, here's why it's been useful for me to think like that. When we practice, particularly when we have visualization to think, to picture, to hold, but also when we are following any direction, I find it very easy to think that that direction means that I am transforming some part of myself, whether it's transforming my thoughts, transforming my posture, transforming my breath, like actually taking something, following the direction, visualizing something different, and then changing what I am, who I am, where I am, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, changing that now into something that is in alignment with the practice. Okay. But I think there's a distinction here where the direction, the instruction, the visualization isn't a cause to change. It is a cause to scrutinize carefully what is currently present and identify the elements of the present situation that align with that visualization, that resonate with it, and that allow those elements to echo, to reverberate, to swell, to become the foreground. For example, the nature of mind. Let's say there's a direction or an instruction to consider the nature of mind as both empty and luminous. The luminosity of the nature of mind. Well, I find it very easy to stick on that and think, I need to observe the thoughts in my mind, separate them from the mind itself, and then exert myself to imagine that my mind glows. But what if instead I'm sitting and I'm becoming increasingly still, physically and mentally, and because of that stillness, my observation becomes clearer. And so I see in my mind fragments of whatever videos I watched yesterday, as an example, whatever books I might have read this morning, whatever issues and frustrations come from my work day and are swirling in the local mind, the immediate form of my ego, of my karma, of my day-to-day existence. But within all of that are shards of luminescence. And the direction is to identify those shards and then identify with those shards and see what happens. That I'm not removing anything or changing anything. I am allowing the increasing stillness and the increased observation, the capability of deeper observation that comes with that stillness, to see. So the assumption is, the premise is, within our beings, within ourselves, within our bodies and all of the energy that goes along with that, is nature of mind, which is empty and luminous. The instruction is to help find that, and then with that recognition, cultivate it until it becomes authentic. So in the stillness, I am then able, underneath all of the noise of everything, to see that spark. And that spark does exist there, for you, for me, for everyone. The question of stillness, clarity to observe it. and then cultivation. And the imagery is what allows us to cultivate. I find it very powerful and very moving. There's a certain type of light that hits where I live, which is Pittsburgh, at this time of year, January, February, March, mid to late winter, where the sun is particularly bright and low in the sky. It casts these sharp shadows, and every once in a while we have a crystalline blue day with the sun just right there. That resonates with me. I don't expect to transform my being into that sun, but I do think that some parts of my being reflect that light, highlighted by that image, allowing me to identify them with a bit more substance, a bit more clarity. If there are clouds over it, like in the picture that I put up there, the image is even more powerful in some ways, because those clouds represent the obscurations of my karma, of my distraction, of my loss of mindfulness. I have walked with my dogs through the streets around here, through the neighborhood, on Saturday mornings with that sun, and it means the world to me. And it could be that it means a lot to you too, but there could be something else. It could be a sound, a piece of music, a voice. There could be a mantra that you hear, that you recite. There could be a poem, image from a poem, a painting. There could be a scent, a perfume, or an experience of, like my experience walking out here. I think about that sometimes as I meditate, as I start to meditate. When I hear the instruction to think of natural mind, I think of that image, that mind. So look for those elements around you that resonate with the teaching, that then inspire the observation of the self, and use that to then cultivate what is already there. To my original point, there's no transformation there. I'm not turning light onto something in my mind that was dark. I am sifting through. Maybe another way to think about these images and these teachings is that it's like a sieve for a very particular size, very particular shape. And you can sift through all of the phenomena, all of the sensations of the body, all of the thoughts, and sift them through this teaching. And the ones that remain are the parts of yourself that fit with that teaching, that resonate with the image. So look, I hope that this was helpful. I just took a quick break here. I was piano playing on a lunch break from my work. And if you have questions, drop a comment or criticism, concerns, up for those too. And with more of that, practice well, keep your wits about you.